Tô abrindo de novo agora. Abri de novo. Atualiza a página aí.
É, já tá, já tá valendo.
Já tá valendo o quê?
Aqui eu vi.
Precisou atualizar a página, não?
Não,
Tá vendo tranquilo aí também, Gui? Aí, isso agora vai.
again.
Agora foi. É, tinha bugado mesmo.
It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs.
Olha só. Ah, coisa linda.
I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha.
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
Vou ter que baixar a gama de novo, velho.
Veja logo antes que o bicho pare.
You heard Pat. We need to stay here to keep an eye on the road.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me
Chega
through.
logo, placa de
had no
vídeo.
choice.
Chega logo.
What the hell?
Shoot that sumbitch!
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh
Ele tá
yeah.
falando que o som da
I heard the shots and I knew I had to move
O som
fast.
do jogo tá maior, então pera aí.
Garrett and his army of deputies had
Vê se
surrounded
ele
the
não trava.
entire home.
Porque eu tinha aumentado por causa do Nunu. Então deixa eu deixar ele em 6.
Eu pra mim tá bom porque tem arte, né? Falando, né?
Deixa eu ver agora. E agora, Gui? Ficou melhor?
Era pra ter botado sertão, pô.
O mato. Dá pra deixar os cavalos.
Spread out, goddammit! Come on. Hey, we have one behind us. Stay on it. Covering fire.
Tô aqui nele, hein?
Eu?
Tô aqui nele.
No alto. No meio. Vai.
Chega mais perto. Se abriga nas pedras. Mas tá perdendo capricho dos inimigos.
They're coming from the
I
rear!
decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit. So that's just what I did.
É aí que você pega já um sniper pra você ficar de longe. A pedra. Vai pedra.
As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County. I knew that going through that front door meant putting my butt in a shooting gallery, so I decided to get sneaky.
Olha o segundo pé. Acima, sentido horário. Calma.
Detector de pepitas?
Positivo. Porque essas pepitas, essas cartinhas de baralho, ela dá experiência, né? Sempre, se você habilitar isso daí, esse da pepita aí, quando você tiver perto, ele fica dando um sonzinho. Coloca, coloca, coloca. Dizendo a você que tem alguma próxima. Sim, e o pior, eu acho que tu ia gostar era de jogar no meu bloco.
É.
Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there.
Passa aí, tutorial. Porque quando você passa desse do normal aí abre o difícil. E o difícil não tem nada no HUD.
Mas o mal pra mim aqui não é nem o HUD, as informações do HUD, é o design mesmo, esse cel shade. É gritante demais, fica doendo minha vista. Isso foi muito
Luckily, these
forte,
shooters Garrett hired
estralando
weren't
aí.
the sharpest tools in the shed.
Não é aqui.
Ah, isso não regula não?
Não. É do jogo. Se eu baixar a gama, ele vai ficar desse mesmo jeito com menos gama. Mas vai ficar do mesmo jeito, é o design do jogo.
Shoot that bastard!
Tem uma opção também. O jogo não é tanto não é tão no estreito não. Você pode ir pelo raio velho.
A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks. Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you!
Try aiming, you idiots!
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house.
Watch your flank!
Tô indignado com a mira.
Their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo.
Mas foi esse shade que estourou meus olhos.
Provavelmente.
Aí eu entrei na música lá de Macho com Leite. Foi uma mistura de amor e dor.
É que se baixar a gama,
É, escuta, Guilherme falou ali que ainda tá alto.
ainda tá alto.
Disse que quase não dá pra ouvir a gente.
Saber agora. O pior é que se baixar... Acho que se baixar mais a gama vai terminar... O que é pra ficar meio escuro, ficar invisível. Ó, é esse o problema. Tá vendo que ainda tá estourada? Ah, olha o que é branco, o que é claro. Tá vibrando na cara. É do jogo mesmo. Então, acho que foi isso que apareceu no outro ali. Provavelmente foi pra subir a escada. Parecido um erro
It was a bit
rapidinho.
of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house.
Botei botar de Juarez do sertão, pô. Ui, essa é a minha preferida. Pra mim, quanto mais ignorante, melhor.
É.
And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear.
Opa, imóvel.
I passed
What
her
do you-
today.
I'll do you myself. How about that? Huh? You like that?
And upstairs, I found Billy and Charlie Baldry.
Done with you.
2 de 3.
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm.
Bullet's worth $500.
I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like
Bem
flies,
indignado
but
essa
they just
mira, né?
kept on coming.
Porque você tá acostumado com o jogo bem feito, aí você tá dando a queda da gravidade. Não tem não, pode mirar direto.
That's when Charlie got hit. They're catching us in a crossfire, shouted Billy. Get to the other side. I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down. It was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. They got a Gatling, Billy shouted. Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention. He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it? But I went anyway. Dumbass that I was back then. Many would have fled in my place.
É pra ser igualzinho.
But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack is just joshing with you.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Graves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Gostasse do escudo?
Uhum. Porta do banheiro.
Ai, que maneiro, velho.
Making my way past the castle of fallen foes.
Olha isso, velho. Às vezes as balas só não caem mesmo.
Experiência é tudo, né?
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Você já vê nas outras barras onde é que tem experiência.
And just when I
Esse
thought I
negócio
was
pega
done
experiência.
with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up. Finally, I had the stables within my reach. And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star. You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Não consegui entender nada, mas tá bom.
Você focaliza até o máximo. Aí quando ele se coçar pra atirar, aí você atira e atira, né?
Ah, é, pra atirar e atirar, pra mim era o direito de mirar e depois atirar.
É porque eu não sei como é aí no mouse. Pelo que eu vi ali, aperta a esquerda e depois esquerda de novo.
Vai demorar até me acostumar com isso. É outro jogo.
Eu disse a você. A parada tá aí. Você fazer bastante ponto aí, né? No foco. Sim, um tiro no dedão mata do mesmo jeito. Não precisa ser que a cabeça não.
And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett. So let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables.
Volte pra trás nas suas costas, tacar a moleste.
Eu tô cego, pô. Eu não sei que eu tô cego agora.
Espantalho, procura espantalho. Espantalho.
Nossa.
Também passei batido.
Stepped inside, and last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
when he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid. It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after. He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape, too. My first order of business was finding a firearm.
Tem coisa aí, viu? Que fez toque, toque, toque. 24. Veja os outros.
Peguei o caminho pra vir pra cá, pra passar pra próxima aba.
Os outros também.
O outro é o aumento de coisa. Sim, mas eu tenho que dar o balão de novo. Se eu tô vindo por aqui por cima, com esse daqui eu passo pra cá. Já no outro eu tenho que terminar a volta.
Que você analisasse qual é a barra mais na sua gameplay.
Outra aqui daqui, a gente sabe que o bom vai estar pro final. Aí pra cá já é um aumento de bala, recarregar mais rápido com o rifle. E o pra aqui já é o link dos dois. Aí na próxima, arremessar uma dinamite e atirar nela no ar. Divide as dinamites no ar. Mais concentração pro tiro na cabeça para dar o reset. E aponta inimigos fora de seu campo de visão. Durante a concentração, marcadores nas extremidades. Puxa a câmera na tela. Provavelmente vai ser essa serpente aqui.
Que foi que eu fiz.
Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.
Eu achei que você fosse pro lado do pistoleiro, por causa do show
I
off.
saw Billy through the
Não,
window.
não gosto de pistoleiro.
He yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy?
Você sabe que eu sou o cara de resolver com menos serviço. Como é que eu vou querer uma pistola no lugar do rifle?
That gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing. The kids escaped raised a huge ruckus.
You're dead.
Essas pistolas daí, pra mim é melhor que rifle. É um rifle de mão.
Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away.
Como não tem peso de coice, nem nada disso aí.
Anybody see him?
Não é água, não tem nada.
That's right. Run.
Pode doer, oi, pode doer.
Get me.
Eu ainda não tô entendendo essa mira, cara. Vira tudo.
Show 'em how to die.
Se eu miro mais alto, Se eu miro mais alto, a bala não pega. E se eu miro na ponta, a bala pega na barriga. É como se ele tivesse uma imprecisão igual o arco de Eloy. A bala vai quando ela tá a fim de ir. A mira só é sugestiva. A mira só dá um mais ou menos.
Jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. Suddenly, I was a fugitive.
Olha isso. Porra.
Garrett's gonna kick our ass! Can't have gotten far!
Sobe.
Billy broke out of jail. Can't believe you keep missing.
Ei!
Não deixa sair não.
Tá na história.
É, aí passou. Complica. Aí me complica.
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever gonna find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past. But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
Acaba de atrito, pô.
You fools can go to hell.
We're gonna be in deep shit.
O tiro tá frente. Aí.
Leave him to me. He's in town somewhere.
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
Eu que tava atrás.
I'll flank you. Get your headstone.
There's children here.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. The price is too high, if you ask me.
Aquele lado desse tambor explosivo.
É.
Surrender yourself! Mano a mano, amigo!
You're threatening the lives of the people.
That sounds going to hell in a handbasket!
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free.
Pode servir de distração.
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town.
Death is too good for him!
I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on mine.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No. They all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun. Anyway,
Irmão,
it was me
sei
or
da-
them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
Can't hide forever! Don't let him get away! Stop him! Some bitch's logo! Come out, you yellow bastard! Get the women off the street!
Eita, mas mama tá inspirada pra mandar foto. Toda vez eu tô pescando, toda notificação que apita aqui é tudo foto.
We're gonna be in deep shit when Pat gets back. Let him get away!
E o outro.
Bom dia. atrás, pô.
Send him to hell! Come out, you yellow bastard! You're really pissing me off! Let's do this! I don't get paid enough for this! I'm putting you down! Hey, I'll flank you!
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
Tá.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. "Hello, Bob," I said. "I think you better let me go." And he says, "I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun." So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Cara, eu não consigo entender essa mecânica do duelo, velho. Muito ruim.
E depois que você fizer esses 2 passos aí você, quando você sacar, você não atira de imediato. Você tem que esperar aquele prismazinho aí com 4 aspas vermelhas na mira pra você mirar onde você quer. Aí, ó.
I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well, Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day. Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until
Ele
I
vai voltar
realized
pra pegar.
nobody was looking
Vou
for me.
sim.
I ended up taking a job
Tava
at the
indo pra um lugar
Rurales,
totalmente
the
oposto e o jogo me
Mexican
puxou lá pro...
I was hired to help
gatilho?
them track down the cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
I did my best to help those poor passengers. Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did. They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to it.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to find my way past these other assholes. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up.
Virada pra onde?
Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Essa eu peguei.
Shoot that running son of a bitch!
Não vai dar pra ver. Pelo jeito não, porque ele faz aquele barulhinho.
É.
Poxa, era pra trocar de arma? Pensando que era um segredo.
He's getting away!
Era o mesmo brilho.
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be. Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this?
Nowhere to run!
I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Pat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunted. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that.
Deixa eu dar uma pausa
No,
aqui.
sir.
Vou dar uma mensagem pra ela avisando que eu tô em live.
Não, pô, só silencia. Ela fica chateada.
Eu avisei que eu tava em live que já eu vejo. Se ela estiver mandando esperando eu responder agora, eu não vou responder agora.
My fury knew no bounds. It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
E...
E tá chegando agora. Ficou. Pau, pau.
Pipoca de quê?
Tua mãe, a mensagem.
Tem, ela começou a mandar pra tu agora. E das qualidades.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun. Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me. Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral. A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
Somebody's coming!
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bright?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys.
Put some howl!
Aí macetando recarregar.
Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
Hey, got something for you! Take him down!
So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
That ain't Herb, is it?
Tô usando. Oh. Você tá com arma diferente.
You shoot the son of a bitch!
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Não direciona não teu som, teu coisa?
Tony?
Sim?
Direciona, só que parece que mais me atrapalha do que me ajuda aqui. O som dado meio com ecoado, não sei explicar o porquê. Quê? Que, velho?
Porque eu tô na live aqui e tô vendo de onde tá vendo o som.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
Nossa, talvez. Não é explicação.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt
Tá
Earp.
vivo ou não tá vivo?
That man was all hat and no cap.
Não, só o boneco.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
but everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal? Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
É, os segredos são meio avermelhados.
Aham. As estrelas vermelhas. Aí desse outro ele não é bem estrela. O da bala ele é meio que um prisma.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack. Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Pronto.
Nem ter visto um cara passando ali.
Passou mesmo. Esse esconde.
É. Não, é prisma também.
Time to kill you full of lead.
Ah.
There he is. Oh, now. In for the kill. Ain't bothered me none. Blame him. Don't let that asshole get away with this. Boy, you are shit out of luck. Face me, you coward. Do you shit around corners? Come on, smoke that son
Quando
of
tu
a bitch.
acertou e não só machucou, aí ele se abaixa.
Shoot, I don't mind. There he is. Oh, now. Look out!
Pega dinamite, pega logo os dois.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
Tô gostando das armadilhas dessa fase.
É igual um filme velho que eu assisti ontem, Sangue Negro. Pelo amor de Deus.
O quê?
O cara vai caçar, vai minerar. Aí, meu amigo, uns acidentes já telegrafados. O cara sabe que vai dar merda.
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand. Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Cara bebe, viu? O tamanho do
Are you
gatinho.
saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to dance with the devil. That son of a bitch. Send you to kill me, bitch. Send you to kill me. Come on out, son.
Não é canha de apelar não, acaba só roubado.
You can't hide forever, boy. Make him pay for that.
Aloysius gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Desenho da porra.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Não, deixa eu mandar.
É o machete, né?
Ele se caqueou, mas não foi o bastante.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
É a mira, homem. Cara, não gostei nem um pouco desse duelo, velho. Nem um pouco, nem um pouco. Sério mesmo. Ia tirar do jogo que não fazia falta, não. Que mecânicazinha chata do caramba.
I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Também não gostei não.
Errei. Na orelha dele.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Cara, quando eu tiro o revólver dentro do couro, o bicho fica rodando. Como é que ele fica rodando?
Tome tempo. Aí o cara faz umas 3 horas de gameplay só
That's
nessa aí.
incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Pode acertar no ombro que você passa.
Eu acertei no peito, só que eu morri no processo ainda. Ai, ai.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Agora tá ruim, mas depois fica pior.
É. Eu só queria entender como funciona, que eu ainda não tô entendendo, não. Não tô entendendo como vai funcionar, não, porque pra mim tá passando na cagada. Morre eu e ele.
Provavelmente vocês estavam com a mesma
I
corrente,
always thought that Doc Holliday was the
com a
one that
mesma
killed him.
taxa de coisa. Você tem que bater a dele. E apareceu, atira em qualquer
Sorry I
canto.
had to ruin
Qualquer
the
canto.
legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't
E aí,
always
você passa.
true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo. I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill,
Nem Ringo.
and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
E Steve, eu
So
acho
it's
que
true
é
that you
o
went toe-to-toe with him?
que morre na cidade lá.
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Ó, Zé?
O Zé.
É, parece.
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant, and hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits, and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
Não na mina não, sai por aí.
Eu tô tentando entender. Ele fala que é pra entrar na mina, só que pra ali tem chão com força.
Aham. Como eu disse a tu, uma hora ele é. Você tá no trilho demais e outra hora ele dá uma liberdade pra você andar.
It makes me
Mas só que não tem errado não. É. Os caminhos vão
goddamn
pro mesmo caminho.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come here.
As my late
Pode perder uma
father
cartinha
pointed
de baralho
out
não,
more than once.
mas tudo pro mesmo tempo.
God made men, but Samuel Colt made them equal.
You ain't speaking.
É, o que eu vi ele dentro da mina.
Oh, que delícia. Uma pipoca assim que estoura o melão.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches. There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors.
Disse não é Sedão, é fulano barbeiro, fulano do carteiro, açougueiro, leiteiro.
Stone cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll, a hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach. Dangerous, desperate individuals. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was touched, or had some kind of death wish, seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere. One straight spark and I'd be blown to hell and gone. Did I have any second thoughts about what I was doing? No. I thought I was some kind of hero. I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense. It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
I think he's scared. Plummer wants that asshole dead.
He's out of his mind! Had enough? Time to...
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell.
Come out from behind there!
A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
I'm here. I do not deserve to die like this.
Obrigado por avisar.
É macho.
You must be about out of bullets. Time to blow your shit up.
Eu tô vendo eles lá em cima.
will drop you down a mine shaft.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Subir aqui, né? Tá aí embaixo mesmo. Não, tá aqui. Não é tocha.
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at. All it takes is one tiny spark, and boom.
There he is! Show yourself, coward! Time to blow your shit up!
Perfurar não.
As a boy,
Beleza.
I always loved the 4th of July.
Tá bom.
Get him!
Então tá.
I will
No.
drop you down a mine shaft! Show yourself, coward! You must be about out of bullets.
Cara cachaça.
É, tô vendo se eu chutava ela e acendia o coisa, acendia a bomba. Vai botar a pepita aqui.
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb.
Surprise!
Se mandam pra esquerda, eu vou pra direita. Se mandam pra direita, eu vou pra esquerda. Mas se me jogou no meio, aí você me bota numa grande encruzilhada.
Deixa eu dar uma parada aqui. Explode do mesmo jeito.
Get him! I do not deserve to die like this!
Pra você.
Isso é minha o quê?
Quem explodiu foi o cara. O cara não atirou em você, você se livrou?
Uhum.
Aí a bala pegou no...
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb.
Eu odeio scripts, velho. Odeio muito.
Freely admit to my
Aí
plan
não quer ver não, pô. Tu viu que explodiu lá, cara?
but clearly insane. It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it. Instead, I spotted a ladder. a way into the mine from the opposite side.
Boa.
It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution. Because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith. I was determined not to give up, however. As Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find a new job.
I will drop you down a mine shaft.
And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder.
Pra você.
Can't hide forever!
Time to die!
Get out here!
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Ainda tô desestruturado com o segredo que eu não achei.
Plummer wants that asshole dead.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Tá olhando pra onde você joga?
Eu tô procurando pra onde eu possa ir.
Não, primeiro você olha. Aí você, achando, aí você diz, eu tenho que ir pra ali.
Ah,
Ó, Mas aí, você dá o drible da vaca, você vai pelas escadas e o elevador sobe. Aí quando o elevador tá subindo, os caras tá esperando o elevador. O elevador tão blindado que não dá pra ver que não tem ninguém dentro.
uhum. Uma arena.
Essa não precisou nem de o Bino lá, avisar o Bino.
Exaldino?
É armadilha, Bino.
Sim.
They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you. This day is just getting worse and worse for you.
Poxa, não
Henry
explodiu.
Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was gonna take some doing.
Show yourself.
Eu quero saber onde é que tá seus babão só. Deixa a gente desenrola.
You ain't taking me. Look you shot. Get out here. Bastard. Ooh, I can shoot too. Yeah, I need some help here. Come on, boys! Take this cocksucker out! That's right! Run! Kill him! They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! You can shoot, but can you aim? Time to blow your shit He's killed a lot of good men. I'm going all medieval on your ass. Lucky shot. No blood money for you today.
Gigante.
They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up. You ain't taking me. Stop you, moron! I'll blow you into next week, boy. I can shoot too.
consigo, cara. Não. Sinceramente. Mas arcadezão e tal fica pra tu mesmo. Isso.
Catch this, you son of a bitch! I'm going all medieval on your ass!
É que você atira na dinamite, você não quer atirar?
É o que eu tô dizendo. Esses jogos que é arcadezão, faço o roteiro e tal, eu não cativa não, velho. Gosto de ver o que dá pro cara jogar como quer.
Tá bom, Nuno. Tá bom, Nuno. É, relaxa, Nuno.
I can shoot through!
Não é um jogo narrativo, não é um jogo de
Não,
ação.
essa não.
Ah, eu não tô parando pra aproveitar a história aqui não, velho. Tá.
Foi lá. Psicológico seu.
É, porque no ponto onde eu tenho que estar me preocupando em me esconder, em acertar bala no povo, eu não tô parando pra ler o que o povo tá falando.
It's gonna hurt! No blood money for you today!
Ah,
They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! You ain't taking me! Oh boy! Just kill him! I'm going all medieval on your ass! That's this, you son of a bitch!
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
ah, e até agora era só um cidadão comum.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself. Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Esse era um lugar complicado, né?
É.
Tanta lenda. Por isso que o West era um lugar pequeno pra nós dois. Era muita gente pra esses dois.
And that night in Abilene was no different. I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
I thought the Texas Rangers got heart.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. It was coldin' a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres.
Longe.
very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and...
Merda.
Wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch.
Tô
He
falando.
deserves that much.
É,
Don't you
eu
think
lembrei
so,
do
Ben?
outro lado do...
John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he
Da gangue
confessed
do
to
Dutch.
taking the lives of
É hispânico
42
também, né?
men.
O
Fathers
policial?
and husbands,
Não, da gangue do
brothers
Dutch.
and sons,
Acho que é o
men with
Charlie.
families who cared about them.
Não, ele
He was a
é
bona
hispânico.
fide folk hero by then, and
Também
had
acho bem.
amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Shit, it's cold out here.
Damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friend. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the bull's head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcomed presence.
Vamos aí. Aê.
Keep missing.
Ó, peguei o segredo. Não me pergunta onde tava.
Tava aí na barraca.
Do I have to do everything? That asshole just killed Red?
Tell Hardin someone's coming for him.
Stop that bitch!
Em cima de mim.
Let the boys know we got another law dog.
Opa.
I'm gonna shoot you dead! Yeah, you know you can't.
I wondered if Bob was among them. And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
Watch where you're shooting. Bastard. God damn him.
É Javier,
O nome do cara?
é Javier Escuela.
Ainda falou que era mexicano, né? Não pensou em Javier.
Hold still.
A pistola mudou? Mudou.
Quando é muda, ela muda. Toda vez que começa um capítulo, se não for continuação, ela muda.
Estranho. Por que o cara não pegou
Você tem que
a...
trocar.
É que eu não peguei a parada do perk dela, tá?
Não,
Cheguei pegando o perk dela e ele ficava com ela.
não, aí você tem que encontrar na história. Porque na história você começa com a fuleirinha, aí no meio do caminho você encontra ela.
Não, mas quando você upa o perk, ele já vem com ela na mão. Tanto o rifle aqui, quanto a pistola do mesmo jeito, né? Eu ganhei o perk da pistola, ele já tinha trocado pra ela direto.
Pra mim não. Comigo não funcionou não.
Todos os dois.
Eu tive que achar ela.
Comigo todos os dois foram assim. Quando eu upei, ela veio pra mão. O do rifle ainda tava mais naquela parte do... antes de entrar na mina.
Mas aí onde tá? O rifle é uma melhora ou é um outro rifle?
É outro rifle. Assim como era a outra pistola.
Porque a pistola eu sei que é. A pistola começa com uma, depois vai pra 6 tiros, depois... Diabo, não, parece que a última é o... Não, parece que a última é... Diabo de Marfim.
É um bom nome. Eu nem adivinho qual é o material do cabo dela. Maneiro. Dessa vez eu acho. Tá. E boa. Tá com sabão.
Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
Já tem ponto.
É.
Tá com a tiro rápido. Tem a 6 tiros.
Tá bom. Ela boa.
Crazy bastard.
As balas sumiram.
Hold still.
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon.
Boa. Ok. Então tá então. Beleza.
Yeah, you know you can't beat me.
Hide, you little son of a bitch.
Pode. Então, foda-se.
You can't hide from me.
E vai. Eu já passei. Essa sentinela do caos é que eu ganhei. É que eu dei.
Vai. Diabo e Marquinhos.
I can kill you with either hand. Oh, brother, I'm gonna make you pay for that. I'm just getting started.
Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me.
Revólver não é pra mim não, velho.
In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
Checkpoint não pegou a pistola não. Checkpoint me deixou com a tiro rápido.
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Até agora. Boa.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
Acho que tu não vai não, esse John. É, John. Não vai não.
No, wait! He didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
Bom, não precisa sacar a arma também não, aí. Vai no teu tempo. Aqui pra 20ª tentativa as coisas funcionam direitinho. Acabou as balas.
David Lloyd, né?
Ai, ai.
Já.
Tô esperando, quando ela quiser.
That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back at a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben? Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation. A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven. Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death. Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him. They saw me before I saw them. And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down. It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there. I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again, I got a lot of those.
Não.
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout. A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
Oh, cool.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
E as outras árvores também.
Aqui é a melhoria para recarga do rifle. É útil. Ah, diminui pela metade a recarga. Pronto. Ó, fica sem a dinamite ali. A dinamite tá tranquilo.
How big was his cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars. They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Certo.
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death.
Por que ela é chamada assim?
I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me. As his story unfolded in my mind,
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul would have no rainbow if the eye had no tears.
he said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk. I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
Doze ambas de mão. A coisa do diabo e a capeta de marfim. Aqui acho que vai ser tudo. Um perk bom. Dois perk bons na árvore inteira.
Tem um multiplicador ali também.
O multiplicador.
É, vai começar com vezes 2.
Vamos maiores. É durante a concentração. Aqui tá bom, recarrega revólver. Carregar enquanto corre também é bom. Isso aqui tá mais útil.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering whitewater river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith, but no way in hell I was turning back.
Pegar o tesouro, hein? Yeah.
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo is right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother. I am relating exactly what happened to me. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
Place for you, full.
Well, more than that, little lady. I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches around. 100? God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them. And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before. I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air. Never did find him. And never did collect my goddamn bounty. Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem, might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand. Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
negócio de o mais rápido do oeste era muito fácil de conseguir.
Só
Os caras morriam.
Era só pra
Os
mim.
caras morriam.
was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob 2 banks at the same time. 2 banks on the same damn street. The story was Bob Dalton's girl was always riding him about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeyville just to shut her up. Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown. The boys grew up in Coffeyville, so everybody knew them. The bank teller tricked them, telling them the time lock on the safe wouldn't open till 9:30.
He got us a hero. Put some holes in him!
Cadê ela? Cadê ela?
Lá em cima.
Não vem tanto pra frente. Não, aqui.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. This man had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. You just gotta wait to see the bitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. So he went in there alone to confront those criminals. One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there. A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did. It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
We've got company.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free. Like Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a bitch! You can't hide from me.
Apertei atirar.
Silas Greaves!
What the hell?
Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons. His name was Silas Greaves, and when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
Voltando.
It was early evening, not high noon. Daltons blew up a safe, and were all set to hightail it out of there. I was late to the party, and Coffeyville was already up in arms. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies. I had been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. Finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeyville.
What are you gonna do?
Oh. Eita também.
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. But to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hold up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons, and they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons, which wasn't any surprise, because those 2 families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens. The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Ah, os scripts.
It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Reeves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. And I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him?
Bala até umas horas.
But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
É que você não pode negar que ele tinha era coragem.
Peito de aço.
We'll get those suckers.
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
They can't get away with this!
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
We'll track him to the ends of the earth.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy as hell. It was tough to stay on a true course, so we kept an eye out for landmarks. It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood. The rains that year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded. The vigilantes had spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't see anybody.
Bury him in the swamp! Plant him where they
Shit.
stand!
Except for some bitches ahead of me wanted to do me harm. So I had to face them alone. I wondered why my compatriots didn't come running when they heard the shots.
Show yourself! That's it for you!
So did you find the Daltons?
Not yet. But I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends. boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
You think I don't see?
Nossa, como na meta do meu pé.
Crazier than a shithouse rat.
Point being, I was under serious attack.
I'm gonna blow your damn head.
And my reinforcements was nowhere to be seen. But luckily, a barn materialized as if right before my eyes. I scrambled up top to get a better view.
Okay, isso. Pouquinho.
But just ended up falling inside.
So, how did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About right then, I saw some suspicious characters running for the bushes. Of course, I followed them.
Eita, man.
But that goddamn swamp was like a goddamn maze, and pretty soon I had no goddamn idea where I was. Steve?
Ei!
So I just started walking, and pretty soon...
Oh.
Steve? Steve!
Huh? Oh, no, I'm listening.
Indians surrounded me from all sides.
Indians?
They were Indians.
No. I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention. Now, where was I?
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See, Steve? Dwight's paying attention.
No, I'm listening. I was just resting my eyes.
So, where was I?
The Daltons.
Right. See, there's a reason so many outlaw gangs are made up of brothers. Being a brother is a very sacred thing. It's a bond like no other.
hunters! Stop that, some man!
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet, but I did find a few of their cousins. Kansas breed like rabbits. More Smiths or Heimhoffers or who knows what. But hell, what's more important than family? I bet Ben knows what I'm talking about.
Bom. Preferia a música da mina, o violãozinho show e tal, do que essa vibe meio metal.
Atira na dinamite, pô, dá experiência.
Nada.
Those Dalton boys were out there somewhere, standing together against anyone who would threaten them. that's when I saw it. A goddamn steamboat.
A steamboat in a swamp?
Yeah, Steve, but this wasn't much more than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the swamps?
Guess it floated off during the flood of '89.
Now, was it a stern wheeler or a side wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board. It was then that a fusillade of bullets come raining down from on high, and those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found. But among those men that were shooting at me, I thought I saw some familiar faces. Somewhere up there, the Daltons were waiting on me.
Sounds like you don't give up too easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn as hell. Right about then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived. Their leader motioned at a cabin in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at the Daltons. I finally had them, after months of dogged pursuit.
Derrubar aí embaixo.
But it turned out that they had me.
Take him out! I'm sending you to hell!
The Daltons had played me like a fiddle.
After all, is it?
Apparently, the vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive. But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a challenge.
It was a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Oh, yeah, but I was in a
Did you
fight.
hear about that ship that's gonna launch next year? Largest one in the world.
We're talking about the Titanic. If you ask me, it's too blessed big. I don't think it'll even float.
So anyway,
Don't be stupid, Steve. They know what they're doing. They say that the Titanic is unsinkable.
oh God,
But getting back to that steamboat, how did you get off it, Mr. Greaves?
I took in a lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally disembark. It was time to settle this once and for all. Weren't about to come at me one at a time. They were in this together. Two brothers side by side, determined to take me down. Confident that this time the odds were on their side. Got it wrong.
Desonrado mesmo.
A sad end for those two. If they'd
Tá
only
cheio
known
desse
that
duelo
Emmett
já.
was still alive despite his wounds. Paroled 14 years later, he moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend of that fateful day. My own brothers died tragically as well, truth be told. It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys. And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us. It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy." Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about. But Bob eluded me, until I heard he was riding with the Wild Bunch.
Pensei que ele ia cuspir a moeda cortando a corda de um.
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains. Led by Butch Cassidy, they were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. I figured the Wild Bunch would likely hit such a treasure, and by God, I figured right. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop. Well, I assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
É a mesma parada, ia explodir só pra atrasar e fazer ele parar. Tá com o caldo engrossou.
Quer café?
Quero.
Café pro pão ou só bicada?
Como assim, picado? Sim. É porque tem que ver se mama já tá chegando, né? Pra gente janta.
Eu disse que não. Ah, disse que não sabia nem a hora.
Ah, falou Edu, hein?
Não, tu dissesse pra mim. Ah não, foi Caio que disse isso.
Sim, Caio que disse que não tinha previsão pra chegar.
Well, I made my way off unscathed and came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Mas... o senhor não respondeu.
Porque se mama estiver vindo, aí eu quero só bicar pra quando ela vier a gente jantar, né? Aí não tem esse feedback de saber se ela tá voltando. Aí vamos fazer pra comer. Come logo. Tá logo livre. Cara, acabou de me mandar uma mensagem. Vou perguntar ela aqui. Ela me mandou uma localização em tempo real. As meninas estão dormindo. Tá. Tá vindo, mas... Ah, longe que só a molesta. Pode usar. Vai fazer pra comer. Vai chegar só daqui umas 2 horas.
I found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados. Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
They're pissing me off.
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day.
I will kill you!
Tem outro.
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
You just met your match!
Olha.
You need no help to kill the likes of you!
Times it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Tá bem escondido.
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a
You
hand.
mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Who the hell is that? He's out of his mind! It for you! Retreat! Retreat! He's killing everybody!
Ready to meet your maker.
He'll kill us all!
Damn you! Dead. Ready for a belly full of gunshot.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they? Only a few stragglers were left. I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail.
Ai, também.
Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nose Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean.
Dois.
And Kid
Dois.
Curry. And maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that. On that very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America.
Vir pro Brasil.
They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Lugar de bandido é aqui.
Guilherme comentando aqui que David e Thiago chamaram pra ir num karaokê lá no bancada. Não, já domingo.
I tried to find Bob
Tá
Bryant, but it was
doente,
as
já
if he'd
domingo. Isso aí
disappeared.
tá tudo
Sometime
errado.
later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole shebang. So I took to their trail.
É um karaokê.
As I was still
É
in pursuit
karaokê,
of my
são
brother's
tantas
killer, I
variantes.
hoped that he was back with him.
Ou sabe que ele sabe que o negócio, o dia de fazer planos é pro sábado. Vou chamar pro domingo é pedido.
É errado de tantas formas diferentes.
Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado.
Aquele olheiro que tá ali pra olhar a galera.
Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down.
Não chega na manhã não.
Who's shooting? We're under fire!
Tá pronto, cara.
Mais capítulo agora.
Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry. I could sense him close by, however, plotting something nasty. I just needed a clue as to their whereabouts. I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific. The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports. Kid Curry was considered the wildest of the wild bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children, though some say it was only 5. Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was gonna rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me. The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards. A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Don't you blow us up now.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
But the Wild Bunch did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks. Yes, there's always desperate men willing to trade their lives for stolen treasure.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
So, what happened then?
Had to remove more of that damn dynamite.
Must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
So that was all the dynamite?
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually, there was a fourth charge impeding my progress. Once I removed it, my path was pretty clear.
That's gonna hurt you bad. I have to do better than that.
Ah, porra.
We don't kill him. Kill him.
Somebody really pissed this son of a bitch off. Get out here!
So I proceeded onward, and realized that that way just wasn't gonna work. I needed an alternate path forward.
Tadinha aí. Ah.
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that
Não dá um pulo
concerned
safe
me.
mesmo?
É só.
É as calças.
It was a long burning
calça
fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it.
Aí deu ruim, viu? Depois eu compro.
The fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a coronary when I lost sight of those sparks. My heart was pounding like a sledgehammer. I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment. Whew. Of course, I was successful, or clearly I wouldn't be talking to you folks here today. Naturally, I removed the last dynamite charge. Well, it was a touching reunion. But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass as I was not a young man anymore.
Questão, né?
Kill that
Quando que alguém no Velho Oeste conta uma história quando tá em sua
Finally,
plenitude.
I found those boys. Or more precisely, they found me.
Thanks, Tracer and Kid Curry asked me.
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was hidden in this tunnel and pretty well shielded.
Como é que ele mira?
Mágica.
You can't.
You know who I am? Come on, come on, come on! Come out, you yellow bastard!
Luckily, I had located some dynamite. I still, however, had my work cut out for me.
Show yourself, you coward!
Tem que dar a volta.
Eu não. Eu não, é só você baixar.
You know who I am? Guess you had enough, huh? You can't beat me!
Curry.
Shit, I gotta reload?
Quê?
Kid Curry.
Não, o que eu tomei dano ali? De repente eu tomei dano só porque sim.
This is the last mistake you'll ever make! Come on, bullets already?
Eu acho que eu sei o
I
que é.
think he's scared!
Ele como ele
Stand still
tem
so I
as
can
dinamite,
tell
aí
you.
se eu chegar perto ele é morto. Ele vai dinamite.
Time for you to lay down and die.
Porra!
Tu errou. Por cima da pedra mesmo tu joga.
You can't beat me! Ah!
I brought that tunnel down. And that's when I met Kid Curry himself. He had decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal with me personally.
Tô ligado.
This is gonna hurt.
Tá parecendo uma mecânica ruim. Pensa.
É chata pra caralho.
Isso aí foi ideia dos criadores do jogo do Kong lá. Porém.
As fast as he was, I was just a bit faster. And as he lay wounded, I demanded to know the whereabouts of Roscoe Bob Bryant. He shouted at me. Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him. Those were his last words.
É bem ele valor. Pronto. Ai, por hoje deu.
So, Bob Bryant got away?
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
What about the other killer?
Yeah, you kinda glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Jesse James.
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever lived?
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads. 40 grand for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday.
Como é que se captura Jesse James, mano? É só morto. Prontinho. Agora fica pra próxima. Moremos. Dá na vida.